The YouTube habit stack. Start with what you already do and continue on with what you already know, and then fill in the gaps. What do you need to know and what do you need to learn to proceed to the next level? That's a great thing as opposed to dumping everything at once. Hi, this is Brian, and we are all here about helping YouTube people get started and build their own sustainable YouTube channel. We're designed to help people that are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s because quite often these are the same folks who know what they know. They have time, they have energy, but sometimes they just need a little bit of a nudge and direction to help get comfortable with the technology and the habits involved in creating their very own YouTube channel. So, if you're over 40 and feel like you have no time to start a YouTube channel, don't add something new, stack it into something that you already do. That's the secret, and today I'm going to show you how. So, first of all, there's an idea out there about something called a habit stack. James Clear, author of The Atomic Habit, talked about taking a new behavior and stacking it into a behavior you already do every day. When you walk in the door at night, I will lay in the behavior. After dinner, when I put the dishes in the sink, I will put in the behavior. After the children are in bed, I will put in the behavior. After I walk the dog in the evening, I will, in this case, take 15 to 20 minutes to work on my YouTube channel. Before I go to bed, I will get ready for my next video cast that I'm going to create for my YouTube channel. These are little things here that create what we call a stacking program. Stacking one behavior on top of things that we already do, on top of things that we already do, on top of things that we already do. And once again, it's most easy to start a behavior when you connect it to a behavior that you automatically already do, from brushing your teeth to putting away your dishes after dinner to walking in the door when you get home from work. For instance, I was already making coffee every morning, so I started jotting down video ideas while the kettle was boiling. It was just that easy. So if you're a teacher or you're a different type of creative, think about some of these habit stacks that you already have. After you grade the papers, 2 minutes reviewing YouTube comments. While your coffee brews, brainstorm one video hook. During your commute as a passenger, voice memo a video idea. So just understand, it's not necessarily about borrowing time or trying to squeeze time into your busy schedule. Instead, you're simply making a more effective use of the time that you already have. And that's the key for making sure you're leveraging your time to its best ability. Think about it. Some of you have a drive to work, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, a half hour. What are you doing? Maybe just listening to the radio? Maybe some phone calls that can be done at a different time. What is the time? What is the you time? What is the YouTube time that you have every single day dedicated to the things that you want to do to help you move your game forward? So, I would give you something to consider and to think about a little bit more deeply. I realize some of you have already taken some action steps to start down the YouTube channel story. That's a great place to be, and I'm glad to be here on the journey with you. But I'm going to ask some of you that might not be as consistent in your habits here to consider one habit that you already do every day that we can stack your creator habit on top of. Drop it in the comments and I'll help you build a new YouTube channel ritual right around it. So, one of the things that people invariably run into is the question, hey, why is it harder to start after 40 and why you should anyway? Well, if you're over 40 and haven't started the YouTube channel yet, you're not lazy, you're experienced. You know what it takes, and that makes starting feel heavier, but here's why it's still worth it. Because the bottom line is, when we're younger, we start before we're ready, but with age comes responsibility and, well, maybe not understanding the right place to insert this behavior. In some cases, there's actually fear about getting in front of the camera. I've been there myself, and I'm here to say that this will oftentimes iron itself out by taking those first couple initial steps. Maybe it's one video, maybe it's five video, maybe it's 20 videos later. But the fact is, they don't have to be long feature videos. They can start off to be 2, 4, 5 minute clips that really tend to build a little bit of more comfort level. And we've taken something that is something that could be rather daunting, if you will, and we're turning this into small, tiny, sustainable steps. Some of the internal factors that make people slow down on their YouTube journey. Um, there's internal resistance, like inside of your head, inside of your body. You have a fear of being judged by whatever you put together, even though I think you're amazing for being creative. There's other people who think, well, geez, I might just be wasting my time. And I can promise you, it's not a waste of time. If you look at this more as a way for development of you, taking your game to a completely different level, then that time was always going to be money and time that is invested into you and your development as a human being. Just think about all the different advantages you get by trying to learn, by trying to push yourself out of your comfort zone. The couch quite often is our enemy in the evening. You sit on it with the controller, but in all reality, we can be taking our game to the next level by investing that time in our own endeavors. Another thing that people get worried about, they're afraid of getting it wrong. I think the only people who really don't get it right are those that aren't taking action, right? Because you need to reframe your voice a little bit better because you have a lived experience like already because you're in your 40s or above. Many of you teachers, educators, coaches are creatives, right? So that in of itself is you've already put yourself out in front of an audience. Now, the next step is how are you going to double down on this? Quite often, you have the clarity, right? The clarity because you've lived your life. You've had these experiences. You have things that are really worth sharing, and you can help people move their game along. That's really, really important. And let's face it, you've seen things on the internet and you know that you need to be heard. You have a voice to share with a bigger, larger audience that really does have a desire to hear from you. So I'd almost argue that every single one of us have a mandate to get out and have our voices heard to the people that are out there. And over time, you'll build an audience, you'll build a following, and you'll be able to speak to them on their own terms because you've been on the journey that they're currently on, like right now. So, if any of this resonates with you, drop a thumbs up in the comment section below, maybe a smiley face if you will, because what's the bottom line is acknowledging what's held you back from starting, because I promise right now there's nothing really holding you back except you. All that you need is a phone with a record and a microphone on it. That's it. Because the bottom line is we like, we subscribe, and we make comments in a community where we feel accepted. We know that we're on the journey together. And folks, I'm here to say that my name is Brian. I help people get over the fear of YouTubing and build channels, ones that make a difference out, and deliver really, really important information to an audience. So, with that, help me feed Charlie, hit the like and subscribe button, and make sure I can deliver this next message to you right to your inbox. Have a great day.